How long have you been in the adult business?
Well, I actually came out here and got in the hardcore side of the adult business in 1994. I continued dancing. I danced before I came out here, and I continued dancing when I left hardcore for from 97 to 2005. I took a break. And now I'm back. And it was a fluke kind of circular motion getting back, but I think it was definitely meant to be, and I'm glad to be back and glad to be being offered as much work as I am and having as much fun. I'm definitely having more fun than I did before, because on my break, I not only danced my ass off on the road, but I owned my own business for 4 years. It was a day spa in Orange County. It was very successful, but it was also a tremendous amount of work, responsibility, pressure, managing everyone's schedules, and also feeling like you're feeding these people and it's everybody, it's a lot of work. So coming back now when I'm on set, like if I'm on set like I was for the softcore movie Sensations this week, you're pretty much sitting around. You do a little bit of dialogue, but it's, a lot of sitting around, and I just sit around. I'm like, oh, this is so easy. I'm sitting around.
You started dancing on the East Coast locally?
I started dancing on the East Coast, Philadelphia and Reading, Pennsylvania.
How old were you at that point? How old was...
I went to Philly first with Fake ID at 16 and danced after school in the nights, and I went to high school during the day. I then, when I turned 18, was able to kind of go anywhere. So I was going to Quakertown, outside of Quakertown, Reading, Pennsylvania, New York a bit. I met a group called the Dream Girl Centerfolds, which is actually Anne Marie Haggerty from Pure Talent, or Anne Marie, what's Anne Marie's married name now? Anne Marie, we'll call her, from Pure Talent dance agency. She was running this female review show called the Dream Girl Centerfolds. And they traveled around together, they did a show together, they each did their own show. It wasn't really anything hardcore, We wore pasties that we were intelligently told to put on with super glue. And after about 6 months on the road of putting super glue directly on your regular nipple, it's not so good. On the packaging, it says try not to put on your skin. So I went and traveled with them. After I did that, I came back and I started working full-time at Alice Diamond Cabaret in Reading, Pennsylvania. And I was bored, kind of staying in the same place all the time. I really wanted to travel. I saw the features coming in and getting the opportunity to travel, and I had just gotten used to being on the road, and I really wanted to get out and see California. So that was after dancing.
And you had a stage name at that point, Sunshine or something?
Ooh, I should bring down the Excitement magazine that's upstairs. I had a stage name, Sunshine. I'm very bright and sunny people, for those of you who know me and like me. People who don't like me don't know that I'm a bright and sunny person. But yeah, Sunshine was my dance name. Thought it was fantastic. And when I came out here, Metro was not having it. Not having it at all. They were, oh my God, Sunshine and porn. Now I look back and I'm like, that's kind of cheesy. If you recall, I kind of went through a phone book and I was getting ideas, and I was like, I really want to use the name Rosie Colucci. That was what I came up with. Fine, I won't use Sunshine, I'll use Rosie Colucci, nice Italian name. They didn't like that either. I remember Jay Shanahan still calls me Rosie Colucci because that's, who I wanted to be. So I just used Lisa Ann. It's simple.
Now, prior to dancing, were you into flashing in public, or how did all that come up?
I just really needed a job. I was modeling a bit, and whenever, modeling, it's like marijuana being the gateway to other drugs. Modeling is the gateway to other activity, whether it be becoming a go-go dancer, a regular dancer, a nude model, and I started doing these bikini contests, and like hosting for Corona Beer in New Jersey, and the girls all were strippers. They're like, we do these contests on Mondays and Tuesdays, and then we dance on the weekends. So that was really the most extent I had at that point in time with anything like that, or any flashing. Or I was definitely a hoe in high school, but what are you gonna do?
Had you watched any adult up to that point? Checked out any pornos?
I did watch porno.
Did you imagine yourself at that point? I could do that.
God, I can't remember that, to be honest with you. I knew when I was dancing and I was meeting the other porn stars that I was pretty enamored with them, and that I was excited about what they were about, and I think that might have been more of what brought it on than watching porn and going, oh, I can do that, because pretty much anybody can fuck, you know. You don't really even know yourself if you're good at it. It's just if other people like watching you do it, or if the guy tells you it feels good, do you believe him? Like, I mean, what makes you better at it than someone else? Everybody knows how to fuck, you know what I mean?